What's up, everybody? I'm Jeremy. You guys are watching Inside the Coils, or maybe you're listening to Inside the Coils. I don't know what you're doing, but either way, you're watching or listening to Inside the Coils. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in this week. Greatly appreciate all the love and support. We've got Brian Cocher. Hopefully, I didn't screw that up. Maybe he'll give me a thumbs up from backstage there. But Brian Cocher of Bane of My Exotics. He said, all right, I kind of half got it. So maybe I should have got that straight before the live. You know, sometimes I just fly by the seat of my pants. That's the fun of it. But we've got Brian from Bane of My Exotics on here tonight. And I don't know if any of you all have checked out his stuff, seen him at shows, but this man packs some true, and I mean some true firepower. Some of the animals I've seen on his tables have just dropped my jaw. Some of the animals he has on his morph market, you might want to go grab them before he pulls them off because there's some killer animals at some really great prices. So make sure you guys go ahead, check out all of his information, like morph market, IG, all that stuff in the description down below. Go check him out. I'm sure he'd appreciate all the love and support on that one. What you guys say about that intro? I love the new intro. I guess it's not new. It's still the old intro, but it's the intro that Holly from DTMG Exotics did for me, and I absolutely love it. Thank you, Holly. If you guys need intro work, you know, anything YouTube-wise, logo-wise, stuff like that, hit Holly up from DTMG Exotics. Also, go ahead and check out her live stream that she does Wednesdays. Yeah, it's Wednesday night. I think it's 8:30 Eastern. Yeah, I think it's 8:30 Eastern. I always have a hard time catching, so it's hard for me to remember. I catch on the replay on Sundays while I'm down here in the snake room doing my snake stuff, where I'm actually like here for hours. But anyway, go check out DTMG Exotics. Let's go ahead and bring out our guests. You guys don't want to hear me sit around chit chat and all that stuff. Well, let's go ahead and bring out Brian. What up, Brian?
Hey, what's up, Jeremy?
So now, how badly did I butcher that? I tried.
Not bad. It could have been a lot worse.
So how do you pronounce it then? Because now I'm curious.
So it's like a football coach. It's Kocher.
Oh, okay. All right. Cocher.
Yeah.
All right. I was close. Then. All right.
Yeah, I rather hear Kocher than Cocker. We got a lot of Cockers, so could have been worse.
Yeah, I did think about that. I thought, nah, I don't. It's like I don't know. Cocher sounds like it's maybe a little bit more likely.
Yeah.
But now that think about it, I don't know. Anyway, Cocher. All right.
Kocher, yep.
I'll have to remember that. Let's go through say hi to everybody that's tuning in tonight. We got Tara from Voodoo Doll Royals, one of our channel members. Thank you, Tara, for all the love and support and for being here tonight. For those of you that may not know, Tara, I think, is buying, or she's getting on the wait list, I do believe, for Carpet Baby number 7 from Clutch number 1. She's been specific, baby number 7 or egg number 7. So thank you, Tara, for all the love and support and being here tonight. Pixel Pit, what's going on? Pixel Pit, you're not first. I'm sorry, it doesn't look like you're first. It looks like you're second. But thank you very much for being in here, Pixel Pit. Appreciate the support. Make sure if anybody is new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and hit that thumbs up, guys. That thumbs up helps everything. You'd be surprised. It helps everything get out into the algorithm. Lets people know you liked it, and maybe somebody else will like it. Let's see who else we got. We got Heathen Hatchery. Brian, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Scott, what's going on? Good to see you in the chat. Super OD Spot Nose Ultramel is doing great. Thank you so much for him.
Awesome.
That's right. Tara was telling me that she got that one, that they got that one from you guys.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
Why? You
no, it was a surprise for Scott. It was like you were leaving the show, and she got it like last minute not behind his back, kind of, but it was a surprise for him. So yeah, that's a beautiful snake.
No, did they get that at the last Gettysburg?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Sammy, what's up? Thanks for tuning in, bro. Good to see you. Hopefully we'll get to see you out at Gettysburg in July. It's hard to miss Sammy. He's walking around, him and his posse in the bright hot pink shirts. They stand out like a sore thumb. But thanks very much for tuning in, Sammy. Great to see you. Lexi Yoo-hoo, my niece, what's going on, girl? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in for a little bit at least tonight. Let's see here. Tim Minpose, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Endless Morphs, what's going on? Thank you very much for tuning in. Kai, Lucas, Landon, Royals, one of the channel sponsors. What's up, my brother? Good to see ya. Got Genomic Labs, what's going on? Let's see here. Who else we got? Kent, Craft Brew, what's up, dude? Good to see ya. Excuse me. And that catches us up, surprisingly. Kent, you got to start doing your lives again, dude. Ran through some of my lives and I needed another one here to finish the day off, and I don't think you've been doing them. Oh shit. All right. Now the party has gone to shit.
Nathan.
Another one of the channel sponsors and good friend, Nathan from Infinite Possible Pythons. What's up, my brother? Thanks for tuning in. This is my man, Brian. What? Am I chopped freaking liver here, dude? Really? What about me?
We've been next to each other, so.
Yeah, see, you don't gotta be super nice to him, Brian. It's okay. I think what it is, he's probably a little mad at me. His wife posted something on Facebook. I guess there was a lot of awesomeness going on this weekend in the household. And I made the comment about who was the kid standing next to Nathan's son, and it was Nathan. Like, he might be a little sore on that one still, possibly, because he didn't answer my phone call either from this weekend. Told me he was too busy. But Nathan, good to see you, bro. Thanks for tuning in, man. It's super excited to see you out. Hopefully, yeah, you're gonna be at Oaks, so I'll see you at Oaks this weekend, dude. Don't forget my snake, damn it! Don't forget my boy.
What'd you pick up?
Oh no, I had my male jungle carpet over at Nathan's house doing some work, and I don't think we know if he actually succeeded or what the world's going on. He's confused what's going on with his girl. I'm confused as all hell with what's going on with her, because carpets don't miss food. Like, they don't stop eating. Like, it's just not in their programming. And his girl isn't eating, but she hasn't laid yet. And with how her follicles were, she should have laid by now, because she was in line with, actually, she should have laid before my two carpet clutches. So we're kind of confused as to what the hell's really going on here at this point. And at some point, I think we got to, I got to sneak over there and help him ultrasound her, because ultrasounding a carpet solo is not fun.
Oh man, I can imagine.
Dude, I've managed to do it here, but like, it's not easy. You gotta be real freaking quick with it, and sometimes it's like you don't even get to see, hit the freeze button. As long as you see something that looks big enough, you're like, okay, we're good. Like, I saw what I needed to see. Says Nathan says his snakes are on strike. He's got, all right. What's the longest you've ever had a girl go? What's the longest overdue girl you've ever had, like, day wise?
It was only a couple of days.
Okay, Nathan's got one that's outrageous. Like,
how long?
Nathan, how many days is it now? Isn't it like 20 days overdue or some crazy shit like that? Or maybe it's 30. I forget. Like, it's somehow astronomical time overdue, and I'd be spazzing out, and he's somehow keeping his composure. Oh, she was due on the 1st, so yeah. So I would be like, I'd be spazzing out. Nathan's calm, cool, and collected on it. Let's see here. Pixie says, what's Bane working on this season? Just got a Wilbanks incubator, pretty hype. We will get into it tonight with what Brian is working with and what he's got cooking this season. That will be later on in the show, so make sure you stay here, Pixel. Stay here. JNS Exotics, James Perry, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Let's see here. Pixel says they always genetically start refusing at this time for me. Also raised outdoors, control greenhouse. So I don't know. I mean, carpets. Yeah, when it comes to carpets and eating, like they don't just stop for nothing. Like if they're stopping, it's because there's 9 times like they're gravid. Like even my males will eat the whole way through. The females this year, I normally I stopped feeding. I kept feeding mine here and there, and she kept taking basically within a week of laying. So it's very hard to break a carpet from wanting to eat. But Pixel says they've got 3 confirmed locks. That's awesome. Congrats. So Brian, we're gonna run the first channel sponsor real quick, and then we're gonna dive into you, my brother.
Sounds good.
Let me see here. Here we go. Make sure you check out Nathan at Infinite Possible Pythons. He is your guy to go to if you want to get into the Bang project. On top of it, he's working a bunch of awesome ball python projects. Kahua geckos, Leachianus geckos, crested geckos, some scaleless corn snakes, and he is your one-stop shop for all your branding needs. So check him out. Make sure you check out Chris at S Reptilia. If you're looking for a ball python, boa, colubrid, blood python, he is the guy to go to. He's also a rat breeder on the eastern side of PA, and he is Pennsylvania's distributor of Cocoa to Go and the Chipper, which is by far the best cocoa substrate on the market today. So make sure you go ahead and check him out. Oh, what in the world? My wife is texting me. Hold on. All right, she's just must be video of my daughter. My daughter's with her grandparents. They went to the beach, so my wife is going through withdrawal of not having the princess around. I'm slightly going through withdrawal of not having the princess around because she's daddy's little girl. So she's like, I guess, just trying to send me stuff to kind of keep me calm about it. Because whenever Hadley is not around, I'm just kind of like, is she okay? Like, protective papa. So, Brian, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long you've been in the hobby? What got you started? All that good shit.
All right, I'll start back on when we got our first snake back in 2018.
Okay.
My son, at the time, he was 5 years old, and for Christmas, he wanted a snake. So my wife looked at me and said, like, hey, that's all you know. You do the research. And okay, so I was all excited. Growing up, I never had any reptiles or anything like that. It was always just dogs, cats, hamster here and there. But so I started doing the research, and I think I Googled kid-friendly snakes, and or top 5 kid-friendly snakes or pet-friendly, all that kind of stuff. And it was always corn snakes and ball pythons right at that top. And I kind of like that idea. I just went with ball pythons because it was like, all right, 5 years old, they're slower. Corn snakes, I've held a corn snake before. They're a little flighty, and
corn snakes always seem like they're ready to get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah, and I just thought for 5 years old, that might be too much.
Yeah.
So I decided to go with a ball python. Kept on doing my research, and it was one of the things was get it from a reputable breeder, steer away from like the big box stores. I was like, and I kind of was like, man, there's breeders out there doing this, It kind of threw me off. So I looked up local breeders, and I found a guy who now we're friends, Mike from Osmond Reptiles.
Okay, yeah.
Do shows with him. You see, we're always vending next to each other. But so I met up with him, picked the snake, and got it in November. So for that whole month and a half, I was taking care of it, and so I was having a good time, just every day coming home from work, running upstairs to our closet, and just watching it.
It's soothing. It's soothing. It's like therapeutic in a way.
Yes, that's probably the main thing that I liked. Like once Christmas came around, and he was surprised, he was happy. It was always not a fight, but like, all right, you had him for this amount of time. Let me hold her, but in the meantime, I'm still doing research. Like I'm finding out about reptile shows. Then I started learning about morphs, and if you put this gene with this gene, you can make this color or this pattern. And so I just found it fascinating. It took me forever to actually like understand it. Like I kept on hearing these videos, guys saying, hit this, and I'm like, I had to listen really carefully. I'm like, head? What are they saying? What's head? You know, I didn't understand anything. So a couple months go by and I just get now I'm introduced to Morph Market. So I'm on Morph Market and I wanted to get my own snake. You know, not the breed or anything like that. I just started seeing some cool looking ball pythons. Yeah. So I told my wife, I was like, I'm gonna get my own snake. And she was against it. She was like, no, we already have one. I was like, yeah, but I want my own, you know.
I don't want to share it with the kid, dang it.
Yeah, exactly. So she, kept on saying no. And I'm like, are you scared to have more than one snake in the house? And she was like, no, she denied it. But at the same time, she would never hold the snake or even touch it. So me and the kids would tease her and stuff like that. But I got to a point, I was like, hey, I really wanted to get my own. Let me know if you're afraid, then I won't get another one, you know? But she goes, no, I'm not. I'm like, all right, you can't give me a good answer. So I had guys at work get into my ear. They're like, what's that saying? Buy now and ask for forgiveness later, or whatever that's saying.
It's easier to ask for forgiveness than for permission or something like that.
Something like that, exactly. So I did. I just got it, and she kind of just shook her head, and then. But anyway, in the meantime, I'm still at night. I'm watching YouTube videos, and so finally, she just kind of like accepted it, after a few snakes, just accepted it. And then I started to get. Yeah,
I like the way you said that. After a few snakes, she finally came around.
Yeah, she just, to this day, she supports me and the kids doing this, but she still to this day hasn't held one of the snakes or anything.
Oh, okay. See, that's kind of how my wife is. Like when before we got married, I had said to her, maybe once we get our own house, I'd like to have get a snake, because I had ball pythons, I had blood pythons, green trees, like years ago in my teens and like early 20s. Yeah. And she goes, yeah, no snakes. So I kind of like kept hinting at her about it here and there. We got our own house. I was like, let's just go to the hamburger show. I was like, I haven't been there for years. Like it had been literally probably, probably at least over 10 years since I'd been to Hamburg at that point. And I was like, let's just go and look, because I'm just curious as to see what's out there anymore. Yeah. So we went, and she kind of like her jaw dropped at how this whole thing was. And in the back of my head, the gears were already turning. Like I didn't let her know the gears were turning. We ended up coming home with one, and I eased her into another one, and then eased her into another one. And the next thing I told her, I was like, it's like, we've got this many. It's like, I've got a good foundation. They're all females. I was like, I think I'm just going to buy a male and start breeding. And she goes, really? I was like, yeah. It's like, I started scrolling through Morph Market, showing her the prices and stuff. I was like, look, I was like, you're not going to get super rich off of doing it, but there is some financial aspect to it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, she's like, all right, well, hey, whatever, if you think you can do it. And like someone that never wanted to have a snake in the house, by that point, her work at that time had, what was it, like they wanted you to take a picture with your animals or your pets at your home. Yeah. And she goes, let me take a picture with the snakes for this thing. I was like, I looked at her, I was like, really? She goes, yeah. I was like, let me take a picture with the snake. So I got one out. She goes, well, give me another. And needless to say, we had 4 snakes hanging off of her for this picture. And like, I'm sitting there, it's like, oh my God, like, like a little while ago, you wouldn't have even held one. So I get where you're at with the you know, because now with everything that how it is now, she likes coming down. She likes seeing the babies. She fully supports me with it, but it's kind of like, this is my thing. If the kids help out, that's awesome. But this is my thing. Like, she's kind of just there saying, go get them, Tiger.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's good.
So anyway, I didn't mean to hijack it there on you.
No,
I just thought it was kind of cool that it was kind of like the same. The wife mentality was kind of the same on both ends.
Yeah, and I'm all over the place, so I don't even know where I left off in the story, but
you had just gotten the steaks, and your wife was kind of warming up to the aspect of you turning this into something.
Yeah, so before I even thought about like breeding and stuff like that, you know, I think I had a couple. Again, no plans on breeding. But every night I'd be, I was learning, like I really wanted to get these genetics down, like, what people meant when they were saying, oh, POS had this and 66% had that and 100% and recessive and incomplete dominant, all this terminology. I was like, all right, I have an interest in it. And I enjoy, like, I couldn't wait to just, all right, when I had me time, just, all right, I'm going to sit down and start watching these videos.
No.
So, and she can hear it. She could hear it. And after a few weeks, there was one day she kind of just like leaned over and she put her phone in front of me. And it was like a Facebook. It was like for a Repticon or something. She goes, oh, I was, like, did you know this was going on? I was like, and that was my like, knows. That was the first time, like she was just kind of like, hey, look, there's this show going on. And I was like, oh, okay, now she's, I guess, accepting that
she came to terms with it all.
Yeah, I'm just nerding out on this. And I actually found like something that I was taking a lot of joy in, it sounds corny, but I never really had like hobbies or anything like that before.
Okay.
So this was something I was just having a lot of fun with learning. So I think the breeding part, once I figured out, like what 66% hit this meant, then I realized that first snake that we got off of Mike was just a Mystic 66% het clown.
Okay.
So this was in 2019, maybe. So I figure it out. I'm like, you know what? And I keep on hearing people talk about proving out, POS hets. So I was like, you know what? This might be, let me do this thing. So I'm getting into building my own racks. I like to work with my hands anyway. So it was like, all right, so I built some PVC racks, ordered some tubs from Freedom Breeder.
Okay.
Then got a male specifically for that female. It was a spot nose lesser clown.
Oh, okay. That's a nice one.
Yeah, it was like one of my first big purchases. And so that was my first, I think in 2020. She was big enough and I was like, all right, the male was big enough. I was like, let me put them together and see what happens. And actually proved out that she was 100% het clown. So I got that like excitement of proving something out, made some cool babies, and then it just, from there, just kind of snowballs, It's like, all right, I go from, all right, I'm tired of building PVC racks. I'm getting more in. I'm starting to see a vision on like where I want to go with certain things.
Yep.
So, started investing in some professional racks and incubator and all that kind of stuff.
Now, what racks did you decide on going with? Just out of curiosity.
I went with ARS. Yeah, I like the ARS racks.
I love the ARS stuff. Like that's one thing. The Freedom Breeders are nice. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't have any, but I just don't like that stainless look. The only issue with the ARS is that I've heard a lot of people having rust issues with them. It's the only downfall to them I can see anyway.
And those, from what I hear, those are from the older ARS racks, not the hybrids. I don't know.
I was gonna say, I don't think my hybrids have any rust issues yet, but I mean, I guess, I mean, if it's not aluminum, so I mean, I guess it can rust no matter what. But no, that's cool. That like, I'm excited, like with the new expansion stuff that I'm going to be doing here this year, because I'm vastly outgrowing this room. Like I'm going to be getting like a mini 130 in and some other nice, more ARS racks and everything. So I'm super excited to be adding those in. I added their new, the new color displays and stuff. I got two sets of those in. I'm going to be adding another 2 sets because by the time Gettysburg rolls around, Gettysburg should be my first show of having like 2 full tables now. Like it's kind of like, it's hard to believe I've gotten to that point because like I'm just baffled by it. But this year I should have enough babies that I'm gonna need to have 4 displays plus the tower, and it's like that's just too much to have on one table. So we got to spread out the 2 tables now. So I'm excited.
Nice. I'm right there where I think part of the season I'll need 2 tables, and then I can go back down to 1. You know, I'm like teetering right in between where I don't. In the beginning, once all my clutches came out, like I had my first 2 tables the last 2 shows, but I think Gettysburg, I'm not even going to have enough to fill up 1 table, you know? So, yeah.
No,
and
is your season going late by chance?
It seems like it. I had 1 clutch, but I think that was a leftover from last year. The girl, it was her first time going. Laid for me. They hatched already. They're actually all together. I'm waiting for them to shed out. But other than that, I don't have anything in the incubator right now. I had a couple ovulations, but that's about it.
It seems like I was talking to Nathan about this the other day, because a bunch of the people in the PA group, like they're nobody's got clutches. I think John and Christine from Triforce just got their first clutch of the season today.
Wow.
So, and I'm here like, dude, it's like, guys, it's like I'm partway, like I'm already halfway through my season. Like,
wow.
Yeah, I've had a clutch hatch out. I've got 3 in the incubator. I've got 1 due to lay next. Well, actually, no, this week. Yeah, it's due May the 2nd. That's my chocolate triple het girl. She's due to lay. And then I've got 1, 2, 3 ovulations that just happened. Some of the girls are like a couple days from giving me their prelays. So like I've been off and running the races, and everybody else in the group's like, yeah, we're like either don't have a clutch or we just got a clutch. I'm like, damn.
I mean, it's not good, but it's nice to hear that, because I'm here. I'm like, what did I do wrong? What's going on?
Yeah.
You know, did I miss all this stuff? I mean, I have going back to ultrasound, and that's probably the thing I hate the most doing. I don't know why. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. So I always put it off. And then, I'll ultrasound a couple girls, and then I'm like, I get frustrated, and I'm just like, all right, let me put it down and come back to it later. But yeah, that's, for some reason, I can't move. I hate it.
Well, I guess if you don't have females that cooperate, I can understand the hatred for it, because if you've got girls that want to do nothing but run, you can't see what you need to see. It doesn't give you time to find, get everything just right. If they've got smaller follicles, it can be a pain in the ass. I know I've got one from Danny. She's a GHI Mojave Het clown girl. The girl is a demon. I swear, she is not of this earth. I've never seen a ball python move like she does. Yeah. She's fast, and she's ready to set the world on fire. I ultrasounded her yesterday, and surprisingly, she calmed down out of nowhere. Like, she didn't bite, she didn't move like a whack job or anything. Like, she was mellow. So I don't know if she just came to terms with life all of a sudden, or maybe I'm doing something right that Danny was doing wrong. I don't know. But she's finally calmed down and she acted like a half normal ball python. And sadly, I didn't find any follicles on her, but I didn't also push my luck too much. So I scanned her quick. It's like, all right, I don't see anything that jumps out.
Yeah.
Back into the tub because this was a good interaction.
yeah. Leave it at that.
Yeah, exactly, dude. It's just but no, I like when it comes to ultrasounding, for me anyway, I like doing it, but I also catch myself where I get too curious about how fast snakes will grow follicles. And sometimes I might ultrasound like twice in a month instead of just doing it once a month, just because I'm that freaking nosy to watch. Okay, how fast are these females growing, and just to realize that there's no way of really mapping them out. I've had girls go from 12 to all but 30 in, God, I'm gonna say like 20-30 days, like just astronomical growth out of nowhere. And then I've had girls that they'll stall out for a while and then they'll grow a little bit and stall again, and it's just kind of, every animal is different. So I don't know why I get fixated on that sometimes. I guess it's just a curiosity, scientific thing.
Yeah. That's part of the frustration is maybe not, I guess the follicles are too small to where then I'm there forever. I'm like, come on, I paired her twice. I paired her twice. Come on. Like what? And so you get a little frustrated and But yeah, it's great when as soon as you stick it on and boom, you see them right away. I wish they could all be that easy, but.
Oh, dude, I had two that I put they were at last month. I know it was the beginning of the month. They were at I'm going to say 16, maybe 20.
Yeah.
I put the ultrasound on them yesterday and they were up at 40. Like I put the thing on there and the follicle took up the whole screen. I'm like, holy shit. It's all right. It's good.
I'm not even going to visit this.
Yeah, it's like, damn. It's like, I like it when this shit goes like this, but man, when they start stalling, it's aggravating. And then I did have, I'm going to say, I think 3 of them, they probably got up about 16. And when I was ultrasounding yesterday, I found nothing on them. So they reabsorbed, which sucks because one would have been my Enchi clown girl, and she was going to my Batman. So that sucked. That one kind of hurt. But I've got some decent clutches coming out for this year.
What was that chocolate triple het you mentioned?
The chocolate triple het, she is DG Hypo Clown. And she was paired to a DG Hypo.
Nice.
So hopefully we can hit the double visual with chocolate in there, and then we'll just test out for the het clown part and go off to the races with that one. I did originally have a chocolate triple het male to go with her. So I wanted to go for the super chocolate triple visual. And for what, he just up out of the blue, just came down the one day, I guess it was it this year, beginning of this year, end of last year, came down and he was fine the day before and came down to do my daily check and he's laying in the bin dead. I'm just like, what the shit?
Yeah. I just had something like that maybe 2 weeks ago. Again, calling my buddy Mike. I'm like, hey, nothing. It was a breeding male, but it was only going to 2 girls.
Yeah.
He stopped eating maybe for a couple weeks, but nothing crazy. I moved him to a smaller bin to try to get him to eat, but came down for the daily checks and it was like, oh man.
That's it makes you half sick to the gut just because you don't know what the hell happened. And it's just like, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything different. So what, was there another issue or I've heard of just males just once after they've done their duty of breeding, I've heard of males just dropping over dead basically. And it's just kind of sitting here thinking it's like some of these males that people invest in. It's like, God, if I invested, say, 20 grand into a male, he breeds one time and drops over dead. It makes me scared shitless.
That's definitely scary. Yep. And then you're just constantly questioning yourself. You're like, oh, what the hell? Like, or is it something like, oh man, yeah.
Dude, it opens up a can of worms that you'll drive yourself nuts with. And at the end of the day, it's just life, I guess. I mean,
yeah,
it's the harsh reality of working with animals.
Yeah.
Pixel here says, just got a pre-lay shed. How long till eggs? Pixel, you should have eggs in about 30 days, roughly. If you are a snake at Nathan's house, you may wait 50 or 60 days. It kind of all depends. On average, though, it's about 30 to 35 days, I would say. At least that's what it is here. Now, hopefully you're talking about ball pythons. Carpet pythons are a little bit shorter. Luckily, they're about 25 days on average. So you started in 2018 with breeding. So you're fairly, or 2019, correct? 2019, technically.
Yeah, I think towards the end of 2019 is when I started pairing.
So when you finally decided to make that leap into the breeding thing, what was your direction? What was the morphs that you were thinking of basing everything off of at that time?
So at first it was because that she was 66% het clown. I was looking for a clown, and then I just liked clowns. I was like, oh, I'm really liking these combos with clown in it, especially spot nose. So yeah, initially it was clown. I still like clown.
So you've got some beautiful clown stuff. I will not lie.
Thanks. But I'm starting to. I want to get heavy with hypo.
Okay.
Puzzle.
Ooh, puzzle's starting to intrigue me.
Yeah, I like the Kiki. So, G-stripe clowns. I have a cool clutch and got lucky with some odds as far as genetic testing. I'll tell you about that whatever later. But yeah, Ultra Male is one of my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah, and just putting some of these recessives together, like Hypo Puzzle, Hypo DG is one of my favorites.
Oh yeah. Now, no Exantic? Come on, Brian. No Exantic at all?
No, I don't have. I have a girl that's labeled POS VPI Exantic.
Oh, and it's even the worst kind. Oh,
sorry. But I wasn't. I didn't get her for that reason. But
all right, I won't hold it against you.
It was a POS head. Well, so it's a pastel. This gene called that it's in Ozzy's collection called Blusher, that he's calling Blusher.
Blusher? I've never heard of Blusher.
It's he's still working it out, and I got this animal. So it was a pastel Blusher, POS head DG, POS head Exantic.
Okay.
But I put a OD pinstripe Desert Ghost male to that female and proved out the DG on it. And then I got a couple blusher gene animals in it too. Trying to get it without pastel in it. But of course, pastel
works its way to what you don't want it to be in, of course.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So still have a while to kind of play with that. But
okay.
It's neat. It kind of just like does what it says. It blushes out some of the blacks, almost like a hypo-ish type of thing.
Oh, okay.
But I can show some animals later if.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll be interested to see that. That definitely sounds like a really cool animal.
Again, I want to see without pastel in it, but I'm gonna have to. They're both females, so I'm gonna have to. It's gonna be a couple years to throw them out, and then cross my fingers that pastel doesn't in every single.
It's Nathan told me a while back with some of my spider stuff. He goes, if you think that you're gonna be whatever combos you're throwing into with the spider in the mix, if you want to hit that certain animal, because guarantee yourself that it's going to hit with your spider in the mix of it. Yeah. And it started making me think, it's like, you know what, with the way my luck is, yes, he's right. So I started to make different pivot points to eliminate the spider in those projects because I didn't like you with the pastel there on that one. It's like I didn't want it to keep following and hitting on the animals that I didn't want it in. Just because I wanted the other combos. Yeah. So I get you on that one. Now, if it's blushing out, though, wouldn't pastel complement it in a sense? Or is it just because of some of the other hats that it's got going on with it?
Well, like I have a good example. So one of the clutch mates is just a pastel pastel pinstripe desert ghost.
Okay.
And it's just like a typical pastel pinstripe desert ghost. So the two other animals, one I think has OD in it, but there's definitely something else going on besides just pastel and pinstripe. Okay. So that's where the blusher gene, I think, is coming in. So we'll see.
So so
that animal, it's posset exantic. That's the only thing I have in my collection. Sorry.
That just means you're a blank slate, that you show no allegiance, so you could come over to the TSK side. That's the beautiful part of this whole thing. I'm waiting for Nathan to jump in here and start busting my chops on that one.
No.
But yeah, seriously though, I've got TSK. If you need some TSK, I got you hooked up, man.
Well, I see you at local shows, so.
I was gonna say, dude, so the first clutch, dude, it's all it's all TSK clown stuff. It's all double het stuff though. But I did get 3 really nice Bruce Waynes out of it. So the leopard spot nose. And man, let me tell you what, it's definitely got me super excited for that project, for the Exantic Clown. Oh, especially the Exantic Batman. See, here we go. There's Nathan. There we go. Thank you, bro. Scott, what's up, dude? Thanks for tuning in. He's trying to get away from yellow, not buy more. Scott, good to see you, bro. Thanks for tuning in. And I also got to give this guy a shout out here. Kike, what's going on, bro? Good to see you. Definitely enjoyed seeing the picture of that stunning carpet that you got from me last year. Man, that thing's looking gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I think I sent you the wrong one. So you might want to send that one back, and I'll send you one from this year. But thanks for tuning in, bro. Good to see you. So what were some of the main recessives that you wanted to dive into? You've got the clown. You said the G stripe stuff. What else? Was there anything else? The DG?
So a couple of years ago, I hit I put trying to think what the hell. Oh, so I had a pastel clown hit DG male that I put to an OD double hit.
Okay.
And I forget how many eggs it was, but I was able to hit a DG clown, OD DG clown, and it was a male. And at that time, I could have easily sold it for a good amount of money.
So that was when DG was at its peak, basically.
Yeah, it was. So I was all excited. And then I finally, I made some heads or visual heads. So this year I finally made double visuals, like a whole bunch. Like I got pretty lucky. I hit 6 DG clown combos, either OD or I got one it has to be super OD. I don't know if I brought it to the last show we were at.
Okay, I was gonna say, trying to even think what you even had at your table the last show, dude. It's that
You at Gettysburg, or was it?
Yeah.
Or was it Repticon? Okay.
Gettysburg would have been the last time I saw you because Repticon was in January.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, Repticon was January.
Hmm.
I think it was anyway. Yeah, so it would have Gettysburg would have been the last time I saw you.
Yeah, but I'm still, and they're all females too. That's what was crazy.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I put one up for sale. Hasn't sold.
I was gonna say that I was about to say I thought you had one up on your morph market.
Yeah, there's one up there. The rest I'm gonna hold back. And I bought an animal. I want to start getting some dark genes into the DG clown stuff, like leopard. I just got a confusion clown that hit DG male.
Oh
yeah, I love confusion. So yeah, just trying to go that direction with the DG clown stuff. But yeah, getting excited about puzzle stuff this year. Hopefully I have a hypo puzzle.
Okay.
OD hypo puzzle male that I put to it's a Mystic Pastel hypo het puzzle female, and she's actually due the 1st of May. So first time mom, hopefully, she's a big girl, so I know that doesn't always amount to a big clutch, but hopefully I get some good odds and without maybe pastel. I don't mind pastel and puzzle, but
well, I've heard that a lot of puzzles attached with pastel or something, or a lot of puzzles have pastel with them or something like that.
There's a lot of pastel puzzles out there, yeah.
Okay, maybe that's what I'm thinking. How I was phrased to me. I was gonna say because it seems I know everybody pastel gets so much hate. I get it, but at the same time, it's like pastel works really nice in a lot of shit too.
Yeah. Well, so it's fun because I'm one of those guys where I was like, once I saw it in clown, even though I bought the pastel clown het DG male, it was one of those purchases where I was like, all right, it was the only thing that I could find that was in my price range. It's got pastel in it, but I'll just cross my fingers and hopefully not hit it. And I guess I got lucky hitting that OD DG clown. It was the only double visual in the clutch, and it didn't have pastel in it, so I was happy about that. But I don't know what the hell I was going with that. But the pastel. Oh yeah. So the last couple of years I've been going to Tinley in October just to be a spectator, walk around. And one of the nights outside the hotel, everyone's hanging out, talking, and I forget who the guy was, but he brought up a good point. He goes, everyone hates pastel, but imagine pastel was just found a month ago. It would be the hottest thing ever. There wouldn't be all. It would be hottest. Everybody would want it because it's a strong gene that visually affects things. But there's so much hate for it. But the way he put it in perspective, it was just like, oh, yeah, they probably would. Everyone would.
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. When pastel came out, it was one of those $10,000-$20,000 jeans at that time.
Yeah,
it's just it's been out for so long. I mean, I get in clown, it kind of browns them out a little bit as they get older. But I mean, it's got its place, man. Like Exantic, pastel works good in normally. Desert Ghost.
DG too, yeah.
I was gonna say the pastel DG female I've got here sitting in the rack, she glows freaking yellow. Like absolutely glows. Now the price that I got her at is astronomical on top of it yet. Super freaking cheap. Granted, it's in today's market, but that snake a couple of years ago, you would have been spending probably, what was a pastel DG female? Say at 2020, that was probably what, $5,000 maybe?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I don't know.
Probably somewhere in that neighborhood. They were kind of pricey during that time. So, I mean, compared to that, this girl was a freaking steal. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Husbandry Pro Robert. What's up, dude? Thanks for tuning in. Greatly appreciate all the love and support. It says, I have 23-year-old female pastel I bought for $4,500. Holy but Jesus, man. But that's it. Yeah, I mean, you know, that's think about it. I mean, it was one of those genes. It was a king at one time, just like Spider. Spider was in that same spot at one point too, as one of those expensive genes. Yeah. So it's super exciting to see how the market fluctuates, whether it's good or bad. It is interesting to see how it does go. Mm-hmm. Something that's hot now, if you throw it into, say, clown, and it does something not so good, that that can tank that gene quick. Pastel, it just so happened to be that gene that kind of didn't work too good with it, and then it starts causing some of that hate. Yeah, Robert says that's what they were. Damn, man, that'd be. And now think about it, like, you've got a hard time even trying to sell pastels. I mean, a pastel, unless you've got some other power packed into it, they're hard to move now.
Yeah.
Genomics says works really well with hypo, tri-stripe, and puzzle as well. Okay. You know what else works really good with tri-stripe genomic? Exantic. I saw some Exantic tri-stripe stuff, specifically TSK stuff, on Morph Market, and it made me all but jump onto tri-stripe instantly. I didn't do it yet, but freaking nuts.
Hey, does he want me to show off? So I'm sending him out a snake.
Dude, show it off, man. Go get it.
I mean, if they're okay with it.
Genobi, you all right with seeing your snake?
I saw he wrote earlier that he's getting one from me. Send it out, but okay, cool. Let me go grab it real quick.
All right, while you do that, I'm going to run a sponsor ad real quick.
Sounds good.
Lucas Landon Royals produces some truly high-caliber snakes. Kai has been breeding ball pythons for 6 seasons and counting. He's working toward multi-recessive combos such as DG Clown, Hypo Clown Pied, Sunset Candy Pied, and DG Exantic Pied. He's working with several other species of snakes, but next year he's going to start breeding Boa Imperators, and he also has a small group of super dwarf retics. So be on the lookout for some super dwarf cow retics. Become a royal at Lucas Landon Royals.
If you want to use the best reptile record keeping and tracking software on the market today, scan the QR code or click our partnership link in the description down below for a free 30-day trial of Husbandry Pro. I promise you will not regret it.
Definitely everybody click that affiliate link with Husbandry Pro. Get that free 30-day trial. It is probably the best investment you will make as a breeder. I'm not lying. I'm not bullshitting you. Honest to God, to me, best investment ever. And they're updating stuff all the time, making it better. I just discovered, and it's cool Robert's here because I've been meaning to message him and tell him how awesome I thought it was. The new clutch card that you can do on Husbandry. Before you printed off this big QR code, or you had to put it into another thing and like Photoshop and shrink it down, all that stuff. The new little thing for clutch cards that you can do is freaking phenomenal, Robert. Like I have all the clutches right now with the new clutch card label thing on them. Freaking fantastic. I love the new label designer too. Just for instance, sure. Oh, let me flip-flop here real quick, Brian. I mean, you can make nice little cards like this, put them on your freaking display cases. What I do, guys, your customers scan the QR code. If I knew how to work this thing, scan the QR code, and all your questions that your customers will have are freaking phenomenal. Like, it answers all their questions. Pixel Pit says, I'm looking for that. Exactly. Pixel Pit, click that affiliate link in the description and try out the free 30-day trial. Brian got the free 30-day trial, and he's signed up now, I do believe.
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, he's super excited to start using and, getting to using it all. I mean, basically what the hardest part of it is, in my opinion, the hardest part is going through and entering all your animals, especially if you've got as many as you have, or as what I have. It becomes a little tedious, but once it's done, I mean, everything after that, it's a cakewalk. You get clutches that super easy to turn your clutches into animals and get them into your racks and everything. Man, I've got tutorial videos on it, guys. If you have any questions, check out the videos. But thank you very much, Robert and Husbandry Pro, not only for the awesome software, but also for allowing me to be a partner, because I do believe in this software to the bone. So anyway, that's my spiel. Thanks for listening, everybody. Brian, show us this snake.
All right. So this isn't the snake, but I just want to show you how powerful. So this is just an inchy clown.
Now, is that the one that's on Morph Market?
This is on Morph Market, yes.
I was looking at that.
But they got the lace version of it. So again, just an inchy clown. If I can, everything's backwards.
It is. It screws me up to this day, dude.
So, and then, boom! Look at the lace added to that. See how bright it is.
Lace, dude.
I was telling you before the show started. I'm regretting this one.
Yep, dude. I've been sleeping on lace. I now have lace in the racks growing up. Luckily, I have it in one male and one female, but. Yeah, lace is no joke. That is a freaking fantastic looking animal. Like that. And that's only the single copy of lace too. That's not even the white lace.
Yep.
And that lace looks like a freaking DG clown right there. That's just nuts.
Beautiful snake.
Man. Yeah, Genomic says she's so stunning. Phil says lace is serious. Upstate New York says, holy fuck. Roberts, that's amazing. Yeah, man.
Oh, shit.
Brian, don't feel bad, man. I've been doing the live stream for 3 years now, and I still don't know which way to point. The opposite thing has not really kicked in yet. Man, that is freaking beautiful. Phil says, expecting a few key lace clutches. Dude, this year, if you produce a lace clown, dude, I might have to get one off of you. I might have to do that, because I need to get ahead a little bit with some of that lace clown stuff.
Let me show you my favorite, probably baby I made in 23.
Oh, all right. I'm excited now.
If you don't mind.
No, dude, I love it when people show off animals, because the people in the chat love seeing animals, but it also, like, I just love seeing the eye candy.
This one's very squirmy, but so this is another lace. So it's lace, yellow belly, and then I finally got spot nose into it. So,
ooh. Oh shit, dude.
Yeah, look at this ringer too.
Oh my god, dude! Look at those sides. That is nuts, dude. All right, the head stamp alone has my vote. Like, I'm a sucker for a badass head stamp. That thing is gorgeous.
Some people have said at the last show I did that it kind of looks like my logo a little bit.
It kind of does, actually.
Like a skull to it, you know?
Yeah, dude. You've got a mascot snake now.
Yep. Look at that. Thing.
Dude, that is cool. I like it.
And this thing, when it first came out, I mean, it looked awesome, but as it's getting bigger, it's just brightening up. So, but yeah, this is.
Dude, imagine like that. I mean, you need a couple more genes for it, but imagine just that lace with, like, say, if you were going the Pompeii route. Holy crap. Kike says, "Wow," with the star-eyed face and needs Carnage / Nanny. Phil says he's looking for special lace clowns in 2 or 3 weeks. Nice, dude. Actually, Phil, if we might have to talk if you let a special lace clown go. That's kind of got 2 genes I want to get into the Exantic stuff all in one package. So
that's the clutch that I just hatched last week. It was the Inchy Lace Yellow Belly Clown male that I put to a special het clown. It was 7 eggs. I only hit 2 visuals, and I don't know if I hit a special lace, but we'll see after they shed.
I was gonna say, is lace like, I can imagine out of the egg, lace is kind of hard to pick up if you're solely going off of just that color, that hit of color. Or am I wrong? Does it kind of stand out really, really quick?
Well, I haven't worked with it, I mean, obviously, for too long. So if the combo that my original male, like I know what an Inchy Lace Yellow Belly clown looks like, you know?
Yeah.
So, but now with special, you know, I haven't hatched any special babies yet.
Okay.
That female that I got took forever to finally get the size and breed. So, yeah, this will be the first time trying to ID special in a clutch.
Well, good luck to you on it. We got Fred English, MTZ Pythons. What's going on? Thanks for tuning in. So, how many clutches are you expecting this year?
Man, I'm hoping at least over 20 to 25.
Dude, that's a good season. That's a good season.
Again, I'm starting to get a little worried, but last year I had 13.
Okay.
The year before that was 9, and then the year before that was 4. So I've been steadily going up a couple clutches a year. But the amount of pairings I did, I'm hoping for at least 20, but we'll see.
Okay, see, my projected was, if everything would have went perfect, I would have been right about 20. Now, last season I had 8. So going from 8 to 20 was going to be like, it was going to be a lot. That was going to be a big jump. Yeah. Realistically, with how everything's looking now, basically, I'm going to say halfway to 3/4 through my season, I'm probably looking about 14 or 15 clutches, which I'm not going to complain. I mean, that's all but doubling what I had from last year. So that's nice growth in my opinion. Plus, this year's going to be a lot more holdbacks than last year. So, you know, it's going to be a good year. Some nice stuff for sale, but a lot of nice stuff just to kind of push other projects ahead.
Yeah.
The Exantic Clown clutch that I said, the first clutch, that's, there was 3 holdbacks out of that one. I'll actually, hold on. Let me get this one. I'm just over the moon with. This one was a female, luckily, too.
Oh, is that the leopard spot nose?
Yeah, this is the leopard. This is pastel leopard spot nose.
Okay.
Double hat. But look at how she's like striped.
Yeah. Wow, that's awesome.
It's a full stripe.
Damn. That's really cool. I don't work with tri-stripe, but it almost looks like, I don't know if I can't hear anything. Can you hear me? Not yet.
How about now?
Good to go now. Yep.
All right. Yes, I need a new mic. But yeah, I mean, like, she's got that tri-stripe, genetic stripe look without actually having it there. So this was the highlight out of that clutch. But everybody, you guys will get to see this whole clutch this week on this week's video. And get a lot better footage of her. But yeah, that's the holy grail out of that clutch.
Sweet tri-stripe, bro.
What's that?
I'm just reading what Nathan said.
Oh God, I'm a freaking Nathan. Let's see who we got. Some bunch of people jumping in now. Nice.
I think
James.
you're gonna like that that 130. You said you're ordering the ARS.
Yeah, I'm gonna be ordering a 130.
It's not it, so I got that right before last season, and that thing filled up quick with just 13 clutches. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, here's my Nathan says, now I'm making fake tri-stripes. Like I need to actually invest in two different hatchling racks. I need to get the 130 for the balls, because the 1065s are nice for when they get it, to that next size up. I think the 130 is going to be perfect for that sweet spot of basically where all ball pythons normally move at, that 100 to 300 gram size. But ARS also came out with I call it their arboreal rack, where I think it's the same size as the 10 series tub, but it's actually deeper. Okay. So you don't get as many, there's not as many in the rack, but the tubs themselves are a little bit deeper. It allows you to make it a lot nicer for like carpets. That is where a lot of my need for the room expansion comes from, and just rack issues, is because my one clutch of carpets was 14, the other clutch was 13. It almost could have been 18 out of that one clutch. So I mean, the carpets add up real quick when it comes to babies. So it's kind of where, that's also where the need for that 130 comes from. It's like, all right, we'll put the 130 there. That's got the balls. Then I can use my 10 series for now for the carpets, and kind of even it out like that for now. Yeah. But yeah, I'm anxious for it, dude. I'm anxious for it. The only thing is that, and it kind of confuses me, I need to call them. On the website, it says that they come in gray and like a white. But if you go to the website, you can choose, like, you can order single tubs, I guess, or like, extra tubs, and you can get the semi-clear tubs in. So I'm there like, all right, well, I like the semi-clear shit, because I like, when I'm opening up tubs, I like to know, is the snake right there? Like, am I going to open this thing up and this sucker's going to come launching at me, or what? Yeah. So I like the semi-clear and the clear stuff. So I got to see if they do offer the whole rack with the semi-clear or not.
Yeah, I don't know. I went with the gray, but I like everything matching.
Do you have better, like, all right, now this is maybe if you haven't tried other opacity of tubs, but do you have better success with the gray over anything else, or what's the reason for going with the gray?
No, I went with the gray just because all my other ARS racks have the gray tubs. I did before that. I still have my Sea Serpent rack, and I was using the Freedom Breeder 5 series semi-clear. Semi-clears. I didn't see a difference as far as refusing or not, like, compared to being in a pretty good success rate with both.
Okay.
Or as
I wasn't sure. I know, like, I've got the semi-clears and I've got the polycarbonates, which are like totally clear. And basically, like I said before, I like knowing that, freaking Nathan, because he's normal. Shut up, Nathan. I'm normal too, damn it. I just don't like surprises. And the only issue I've noticed is if you get a snake that's established for a while in a gray tub, when you throw it into the semi-clear or the clear, it tends to like really spasm the hell out. and it kind of takes them a little bit longer to adjust. Now, babies, it doesn't seem like they give two shits, but the slightly older ones to the adults, they tend to care a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan, I don't spy on my snakes, damn it. It also allows me to be able to look and see if they're locked without interrupting them. Now that goes out the window if I go and take pictures, but hey,
you always got to get a picture.
I was gonna say you almost always got to get a picture. I mean,
that's almost how I keep records. Like if I forget to write it down, I'm like, "Ooh, I know I got a picture of it somewhere." So then you go scroll through hundreds of pictures, but it's always there.
Well, see, now that you've got husbandry, you can scan your QR code for that bin, and there you go. It's right then and there, and instant. Another nice little plug. Ka-ching! All right. I'm going to do the last channel sponsor ad real quick, Brian, and then we'll keep rolling with this, dude.
All right.
Can't find that missing piece of your breeding project? Hit up Triforce Morphs. They've been in the industry for 10 years and counting. They're working heavily with clown pieds, hypo clowns, hypopides, along with lace, citron, and the matter project. Can't let out the fact that they have crested geckos as well. Trust, respect, and integrity. That's the Triforce way.
Are you ready to take it to the next level? Then check out DTMG Pythons. Danny is best known for his awesome clown ball python projects. This year's focus is Confusion, Hurricane, and Disco Inferno clowns. He also specializes in high-end crested gecko morphs such as Exantic, Lily White, and Exantic Lily Whites, along with the Deadpool line of gargoyle geckos. Check out his morph market and Instagram, DTMG Pythons. Just buy it.
Everybody, make sure you guys go check out all the channel sponsors. Please, I greatly appreciate all their love and support. And if you're new to watching this stream and this channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Please, I greatly appreciate it. And everybody, please hit that like button as well. So, Brian, what directions are you taking, like your clown stuff, your DG stuff? I know you were saying about adding some darkness into it. So is that are you kind of going across the board darkness on everything, or what's your kind of thoughts on where you want to take everything to?
Yeah, right now I'm liking more of the dark stuff. But as far as the DG clown stuff, I'm sticking with that, but kind of early or late to it. Getting hypo into like hypo clown stuff. I want hypo puzzle, hypo DG, hypo ultramel. I just want to start making hets, triple hets, quad hets, all that kind of stuff.
What dark genes are you thinking about adding in, like blackhead? I know you said you got some confusion, so that's dark.
Yeah, I got some blackhead, confusion. I love leopard. Trying to think what else.
How about GHI?
I do have GHI.
Okay.
I just picked up a GHI. It was actually at Gettysburg from Chad Holker. It was a GHI DG.
Oh, dude, Chad's got some killer shit. He's got, dude. Did you see? All right, now I gotta try to think here what it was. Was it just a leopard freeway?
Yeah, man.
I think it was just a leopard freeway, or was it a leopard super asphalt? It was one of the two, and like literally, my jaw dropped. And it took Eric, like he's had it like the past two shows I saw him at. He had it with him. He had it at Repticon and he had it at Gettysburg. And it's just like, son of a bitch. It's like if he has it sometime, and I've got, I forget what the price tag on it was. And if I've got the money just sitting there not doing nothing, it's like that son of a bitch is coming home with me.
Yeah.
Thing's freaking stunning. Oh my God.
He's got some nice mahogany stuff too.
Yeah, I have one mahogany. I just got that. I guess it would have been the end of last year. Got mahogany. It seems like half my collection is now leopard. Like it's kind of funny. I always said spider was like my favorite gene. I love the way spider looks. I don't care what anybody says about all the hate on it. It's a badass looking snake. But spider, like business wise, the spiders started to creep out of the collection, but I've also noticed that just the way things have worked, spiders just been creeping out, and like everything's got leopard in it almost. Like, I bet you if I had a pie chart, but you probably half the collection has leopard in it at the moment. So I'm not going to complain, but I mean, it's got like, I can't. Well, the one I got it from John and Christine, it was leopard mahogany lace, possible yellow belly, I think.
Mm-hmm.
He's gene packed. He was a gene pack snake. Beautiful, freaking beautiful snake.
Yeah.
And it's like he just keeps getting better. Those blacks are just staying super nice. It makes me freaking excited for some of the dark stuff. I did just pick up at Hamburg another one from them. Can't tell you guys what it is yet because I didn't film the video, but it is a dark gene. It is definitely very, very dark. It'll drop your jaws, guys. He's stunning. Put it that way. He is a very stunning looking male.
I like what blackhead and leopard. Just a blackhead leopard looks awesome.
Yeah,
like I have a female. She's had ultramel, but just her and as an adult, she looks badass.
I say, and then you get the super blackhead stuff yet. Oh my god, dude, the super blackhead stuff. Like, I don't know a whole lot. Like Ultramel and Monarch, those things don't really excite me much. But I can imagine what they would look like with like the super black, like just throwing blackhead into it in general. It's something where I've started to get really excited over just blackhead stuff, like in general. I actually have another blackhead combo coming this weekend. I got to pick that up from John and Christine as well, but another blackhead coming this weekend.
I purchased a blackhead het clown female a few years ago, and just the worst eater.
Oh, really?
It hasn't got a clutch out, so like I haven't been able to make a blackhead clown yet. That was years ago where I was like, I just want to make a blackhead clown, but it's just one of those horrible eaters, man.
She's a super enchy, high intensity orange dream female. I actually got her at Gettysburg 2 years ago. It would have been 2 years ago. She started off phenomenal eating, and then she just went off the reservation. Like, I don't know what her issue was. She just stopped eating. She went into this whole thing where you had to lay the rat in there and let it in, and hopefully she would take it. The other times she wouldn't. She, like, all in general, she just stopped striking at the rat, like totally, like wouldn't act like she was hungry at all. And this, I guess it was the beginning of this month, I thought, all right, you know what, we're gonna, like, I took her to some shows to see if that wouldn't reset her. It didn't freaking reset her. And beginning of this month, I moved her up to a bigger tub. Like, I didn't know what else to do. It's like, all right, I tried everything other than, I didn't do Da Vinci Bella yet, but I moved her up to a bigger tub. All this, like, you would have thought that would have had the opposite effect. She's now striking, acting like a normal snake again. It's just like,
wow, yeah.
So, I don't know what you have her in, but maybe bump her up a size or something. I don't know.
You know what? I'll give it a try. I never even heard of that, because you're hearing the opposite. Yeah. Put them in smaller.
Yep.
So maybe
it baffled me, like completely and totally baffled me, because I went to feed her the first time. I'm like, well, this is freaking worthless. I'm just gonna lay it in here, and I got the rat halfway in, and she came flying out, struck it, and took it. I'm just like, okay.
Awesome surprise.
It's like, we're cool with this. It's like, I'll just shut the tub, let you do your thing, and she's been acting like a normal snake since. So
tonight I'm probably gonna throw her into a 70 series tub and see.
Try. I mean, I look at it this way: it can't get any worse than her not eating now.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, it's not. Yeah, give it a shot. I was baffled by it. It worked. So hey,
I'll let you know.
I'll be curious to know if it actually does work, because if it does, we've got one more tool in our arsenal, folks.
Yeah.
how's your confusion with eating? Because I've heard like confusion and acids tend to have, they're kind of shitty eaters sometimes.
Yeah, so actually, I have she bred for me a Confusion Blade Heck Clown that I got a couple years ago. She was on and off. Not the, I mean, she's a decent sized girl now, but it took a little while. But then, you start to hear that kind of stuff on, people talking about it, and
Yeah.
Oh man, that's kind of what's happening with my girl right now. The boy that I picked up, he's still a hatchling, so he's eating great for me. Knock on wood. So we'll see. But I produced a lesser. Actually, I have it right here. What I think is a lesser Confusion Clown.
Oh,
she was doing great, but I say the last like 3 or 4 weeks she hasn't eaten for me.
Well, now, roughly how big is she gram wise? Is she around that 1,000 gram?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, around that 1,000 gram.
It could be that freaking wall.
Cool.
Dude, that's gorgeous, man.
I like the dark eyes too.
Yeah, that thing's beautiful. I've got what is he? Leopard Acid Blitz male. And I think there's pastel in there too. But everybody says about acids being bad eaters. He has been phenomenal. Like since I've gotten him. He's freaking phenomenal eater. And again, I'm gonna do like you knock on wood on that one too. Yeah. But he's been phenomenal. So it's like whenever people say about acids not eating right, it's like I don't know what to tell. I was like, mine does good. So I'm happy. Be More Exotics just said, just had the first clutch of scaleless head pip yesterday. Awesome. First clutch of the year as well for him. Congrats. It's awesome to hear. Tara said her male acid seems to eat fine. Our female is terrible. Maybe it's just a woman issue. I'm joking, Tara. I'm joking. Please don't forget my Yoo-hoo. In case you don't know, Brian, Tara is awesome. Her and her husband bring Danny and I a case of Yoo-hoo to every Gettysburg. Because Danny and I should be sponsored by Yoo-hoo. We should be like their spokespeople. And like, in case you don't know, Yoo-hoo does have a magical property to it. Nobody knows what it is, but after you have a Yoo-hoo, you will sell snakes. Like 9 times out of 10, it's probably 95% proof behind it that after you have a Yoo-hoo, snake sales start happening. Don't know what it is, but it happens. I've made John pick a Yoo-hoo. Like anymore, I won't just give him one because I always end up giving the lucky one away. I make him pick his Yoo-hoos, and it puts the man into a complex because he's afraid if he doesn't get, because there is a bad Yoo-hoo. The majority of them are magical. There is 1 or 2 that just don't hold those properties, so it kind of puts him in a complex. But Yoo-hoo, my friend, Yoo-hoo. James says I'll keep that in mind. Haverty Gray show next week. I do love Yoo-hoo, man. I thought I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was total BS when Danny told me the whole thing about Yoo-hoo, and I hate to say it, but the man was onto something with it. Like I don't get it, but there is something to it. So James, go get yourself a case of Yoo-hoo, but it's also got to be the Yoo-hoo in the boxes. It can't be canned Yoo-hoo or anything else. It's got to be in the little cardboard box.
Wow.
So there are specifics and rules to how the magic works.
And last time I had Yoo-hoo, it was in a glass bottle.
Oh yeah, see, it's got to be in the box, dude. It's got to be in the box. Like I had canned Yoo-hoo before and no magic. You start using the little boxes. That's where the magic's at. Don't know what it is, but it's the lucky boxes. But anyway, that's enough about the Yoo-hoo. DL Pythons, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. So, what are some of the genetics you want to add, dude? Like, there's got to be something big on your list. Like, it doesn't have to be, it can be recessive. It doesn't have to be recessive. But what are some of the genetics you want to add this year, next year, that have you kind of excited?
So, getting excited. I got some Stranger finally.
Ooh, okay.
Some Trick Redhead. I picked up a spot nose redhead clown that just I think is it's a cool, good looking example. I have some Mandarin, NR Mandarin.
Okay.
Het for hypo. So I'm putting my OD hypo puzzle to it because OD and hypo I think go really well together. Hypo really brings out oranges. So I know OD and Mandarin aren't the same, but I don't know. I'm curious to see what it'll look like with. Well, I know what it looks like, the hypo Mandarin, but also get puzzle into it down the line.
I'm gonna say, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Justin have a showcase like a hypo Mandarin or something like that on one video or something?
No, I forget how it all went down.
Or he didn't realize it had hypo in it, but it did.
Yeah,
something like that. I mean, it was a phenomenal looking animal. Like you said, the oranges were fantastic on it.
I think it was labeled as the Super Mandarin.
Maybe
I may be wrong. Maybe it was labeled as a Super Mandarin, but maybe it was found out that hypo was also in it. That kind of enhanced those oranges. So
that could be. I forget. Yeah, I think what you're saying sounds about right.
Yeah, it was something like that.
It was a badass animal, nonetheless, with the hypo in there with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to get heavy into. Like I'm excited about the DG Clown G Stripe project. Got had a cool clutch this past year on that. A lot of puzzle stuff, hypo puzzle stuff. I'm excited about hypo DG stuff. Let me show you another one of my favorites I made this year. So this is a leopard spot nose hypo DG, and I think Trick is in there too. Because this looks a little bit. The mom was a leopard spot nose hypo DG, and the dad was a Trick hypo DG.
Dude, that's freaking phenomenal looking, dude.
It's clean.
Yeah, I was gonna say how clean that is. Like, it's almost like a cream color.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, cream and
James says that's sick. That is freaking sick. Holy hell! And camera's actually focusing really good on it too.
This is a boy too. I'm excited. I was able
so you can plug him in real quick then. That's even better yet.
Yeah. Yep.
No, is he going to be breeding? He's probably too small for this season, I'm assuming, right? So he'll probably be in the rotation for next year?
Next year, yeah.
Okay. Now, this is something where I probably should ask it more often. How often do you rotate males out and upgrade? Is it something like you wait till like your new male is actually proven and he's doing his job before you get rid of the older known proven breeder, or do you kind of risk it a little bit?
No, I haven't risked it, and I'm glad I didn't, because remember I was telling you about that one male a couple of weeks ago that just out of nowhere, I found dead. I held back that dad just in case. So the one that died was an OD leopard spot nose ultra male.
Oh, yeah. Dude.
And the original was just a leopard spot nose ultra male, which is still awesome, but you know, the one that I was using had OD in it, so you know, just had an extra gene in there. So once he produced babies, then I was like, okay, I'm gonna get rid of stuff. But luckily, he did make a baby. He did make the super OD leopard spot nose ultra male for me.
Okay. But, now, did he get the rest of the clutch, or was it a split clutch for that one then?
No, he got the whole clutch.
Okay.
But the one I'm holding back is the super OD.
Okay.
I'll show that one real quick. It's pretty cool. I know you don't like ultra male, but or not that you don't like it. It just doesn't.
As a ultra male, like it does some killer stuff, like for sure. It's just something that doesn't excite me as much as Exantic, but then nothing in this hobby excites me as much as Exantic does, other than carpet pythons. What's up, David? Thanks for tuning in. That's freaking beautiful, though.
Come on, sure.
Dude, that super OD and that definitely makes that thing crazy looking.
Kind of reduced the pattern a little bit compared to the dad.
See, Nathan says it's not brown, so he doesn't like it. Freaking Nathan. See, I think, all right, here's my thing. I think why Ultramel or even Monarch just doesn't do it for me boils down to the fact of me being partially colorblind. So I'm not seeing, I don't think I see the purples the way everybody else sees the purples. So I think that's the big thing. Like the purples just don't show up right. James says they're thinking about making super OD combos this year too. Their girlfriend at Repticon, or yeah, I guess that's Repticon. Year or two ago, impulsively bought a weird OD pos hat pied from Triforce. Well, I would have to say that the weird OD pos hat is probably het pied, and that you've probably got several other free genes in there if it came from John and Christine. Oh, we got another one. All right.
So now I'm just, as I'm putting one back, I'm looking at, I'm like, all right, let me show this one. So this is that Stranger Hypo Clown.
Dude. Now, who did you get that from?
Kyle at Royal Ambassador.
Okay.
I got picked. This is like my Tinley pickup.
Okay, it was Tinley
last
baby.
October. Yeah.
Dude, that's freaking gorgeous.
What wasn't eating for me for a while.
Oh, really?
I was getting worried. You know how we were talking about that it wasn't $30,000 purchase, but it was still.
I was gonna say, I'm sure that was pricey because Stranger's still up there, even with prices how they are now. I mean, Stranger is not cheap, folks. I don't think it's what it was, but it definitely is not where it was. I know I've got my leopard vanilla Exantic het clown male that I got. He still hasn't eaten yet. And I'm trying to figure out what I can do. I've already had him in a 10 series tub, thinking about bumping him up to a bigger tub just to see if that doesn't do the trick, because since it worked for the high OD. I've even thrown him with a female, trying to just seeing if pairing won't kind of get him out of that funk, you know, and nothing's worked so far. So I'm going to order the Da Vinci Boa, and if that doesn't work, then I'm going to bump him up in tub size and see if that doesn't do it.
I was surprised that actually worked for me one time. It was a male that wasn't eating, and someone said, well, try putting it with a female. I was like, I thought that's what you do with females that aren't eating. But anyway, I put that male in. He locked up. I put him back in his tub, gave him a couple of days, and boom, he started eating for me. So it was like, okay, that doesn't make sense, but hey, I'll take it.
Well, here's the other thing too: is sometimes like males go off food because they start breeding. So
yeah,
man, it's one of those things. Is if you figure these suckers out, I think you've accomplished something.
Oh man, I'm looking at
DL says, hey, can you show the female lace clown you have on Morph Market?
Yeah, this is the one I was probably just gonna keep.
Scott, he was eating rats before while he was at Ball Brilliance. So, and I even messaged him. He was apparently a great eater as well. So, I don't know. There you go, DL. Don't make Brian cry too quick, though. That thing is gorgeous. My goodness.
Let me see if I have a regular clown to compare it to.
I was gonna say, if you don't have a regular clown, I got one here. I can put us on equals things and. DL says she is fire. And Scott, the other thing is too is I also have frozen thawed ASFs. So, like, he wants nothing. I've already tried the frozen thawed ASF as well. Next step is I'm just gonna go get a small rat or something, a live small rat, and see if that doesn't do it.
Yeah, no, I don't have a normal.
Here, hold on. Where is she? It's funny because this girl's on my Morph Market.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So you guys can. That lace definitely brightens everything up. My girl just doesn't want to sit still.
You don't train
my camera's making everything dark. But trust me, everybody, that lace clown is a lot brighter than what this girl is. Why are you spazzing out? Make sure everybody, please hit that like button while you're here. Oh, we got another one. All right.
My bad.
No, you're good, dude. You're good.
I just remember we were talking about. So this is just there we go. Pastel pinstripe DG.
Yes, dude. That thing is that on Morph Market too? I thought you had one like that on Morph Market too.
Yeah, this should be on Morph Market.
Okay.
But this is that blusher gene. So is the only else, the other gene or in the pairing that could explain what a normal pinstripe pastel DG looks like. And then
dude, that like the camera doesn't even know what to do with that. It's that bright.
Yeah. Like if I hold it back here, it's
I say it it allows you to see the pattern, but yeah, I see what you like.
And then
that really does blush it out.
I wish.
There we go. Dude, it's almost like literally like someone went through and erased.
Fuck. Sorry.
Yeah, it's like someone wanted through it and erased, and you're just kind of left with like the little bit of outline to it.
Yeah. So I'm curious. It'll be fun, to get pastel out of it and see what else it can do.
That'll be interesting, dude. I'm anxious to see what actually does become of that. Because I've never heard of it. Been actually finding out a whole bunch of new genes that I didn't know existed, and they're kind of piquing my interest a little bit.
This one is another where I think there's blusher in it, but this one I think, or one of them has OD in it, the other one doesn't. But yeah, anyway.
Dude, those are awesome looking. I'm gonna have to look into that blusher thing once and see if Ozzy has some of it on Morph Market. I know
that was a cool. A little plug for Husbandry Pro. I was able to, like, of course it's not listed in there.
Yeah.
But I was able to, you could just, put it in there and then it populates. So since I had two, when I was adding that other animal, it already has it in there. And then it has the parents, But yeah, blusher just, what is it, auto-populates now?
Yeah, it'll auto-populate there in the pairings and all that stuff. Yeah, because you saved it as your genetic, which is nice. If anybody's working with what they like a Dinker project, and obviously it's not going to be in the system, it allows you to make those custom genetic, custom fields as well too. So the software's it's revolutionary, folks. You can use it for anything. I do think someone used it for keeping track of like their auto maintenance and oil changes and stuff like that for their car. So you can literally do it for anything.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, another nice little plug for Husbandry Pro. I am curious, Brian, because since you've been in the industry about basically the same amount of time as me, we got in when prices were really high, and now the industry's a little bit harder. Prices aren't where they were. Market, I don't want to say it's the market. I don't want to say it's dead. It's harder though. We hit that reset button as I say. I think it's kind of more of a market correction than anything. But what's some of your current strategies for making those sales at shows and on Morph Market, with things being a little bit more competitive from the breeder's end of it?
Well, one thing, just being able to talk to other breeders that have been doing this a lot longer, and them all saying the same thing about how it comes and goes.
Yeah.
So that's a little comforting, and just stick through it type thing. And if you enjoy it, then I mean, it sucks a little bit, like especially when I first started having babies, and that's the exact time things just kind of
it kind of plummeted. Yeah, you saw all those big prices, and then it's just like now it's just like damn.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm always trying to think on how I can do things differently. The social media, I try to push hard on the Instagram, at least, not really Facebook.
I'm terrible on both of them.
Yeah, it's just trying to be consistent. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
Especially because I wasn't really a social media person before this anyway, but once I started, like, oh, I'm going to start breeding and doing the research on that, you come across a lot of, all right, if you want to do this as a business, whether you like it or not, social media, you got to do it type thing. Yeah. So I was lucky. We started to mess around with Instagram. I didn't have Instagram before that. So I created an account, and then there's like features you could do to like kind of like make videos and stuff like that. So actually, the way me and my kids would do like videos, there was a lot of like just ideas, we just came up with, and we were just having fun with it, making reels. It was like when reels first came out. So usually now I've come to learn whenever there's like a new feature, whether it's Instagram or TikTok or stuff like that, whenever they roll out a new feature and you use that feature, usually they bump you up in that algorithm and you kind of get rewarded for it, whether that's followers and maybe followers down the line, result in a sale or two, So we were having fun with the Instagram, and then it does. After a while, it just starts to get like, oh, I got to do this again. It just.
I get tired of show. Like, I think my big thing is like, I get tired of show because my collection isn't huge. I think now I'm somewhere. Well, now that I've got babies hatching, now I'm probably hitting back up around 100 again. But still, I feel like I only ever think of highlighting like the animals that really, really, really excite me because they're the ones, you know, that they're the most exciting to me. And it's just like, well, shit, it's like I just showed you off like a couple days ago. I feel like I get too repetitive with it, and it's just like, well, shit, and I lose my drive with it.
Yeah, I feel you. I do the same thing. Sometimes I'm like, I'm always just wanting to go to those like really cool combos, and I'll look and I'm like, I just posted something last week about this same snake. I gotta change it up a little bit. But and then in the beginning, you know, you have a lot more ideas flowing, and it was easier to, I guess, create content or whatever.
Yeah.
Now it's just, you know, getting a little harder. And then it's crazy because you could spend a lot of time making a video and it doesn't do anything. Yeah. And then you can make a stupid, then you can catch a snake shedding.
And it goes crazy.
Or something like that, and you happen to catch it on camera, and you put no effort into it at all, and it just whatever goes viral or whatever they say.
I did that. You know, I set my phone in one of the tubs because I caught one of my snakes shedding. I thought, all right, well, I'm going to set the phone right here, press record, and we'll film this whole thing once. And the snake stayed in frame, I think, basically the whole time. I was impressed. Never knocked the phone over, nothing. And I thought that'll be a cool video. Like that should get some likes on it or something. You know, I put it up as like a bonus content video, I think, that week. It did actually absolutely jack crap. Like it's just kind of like, of all the weird things people will watch. Like I've seen other shedding videos and they were like viral as far as the views. Nope, not mine. Nothing, basically. It's just like, well, shit.
It sucks because you're like, oh, this is gonna go, and then it doesn't, and then but there's also like when stuff does go viral, then you start to get the comments, like for instance, I was getting ready for a show. I putting them in the display cases. And as I'm doing it, one of them started to shed. So I was like, oh, let me record this. I recorded the whole thing, and then I just sped it up, put it on Instagram, put some music behind it, and it like took off. I forget how many, it's like a couple 100,000 views or whatever, and just comments and likes. But then I got a lot of comments. Oh, that's so cruel that you would just keep it in that, all that kind of stuff. Right?
The people that don't know,
the people that don't know, but it was kind of cool because other people started commenting. I didn't even have to comment. Other people were commenting like, hey, it's because blah blah blah, he does these shows. It's not their forever home, all this kind of stuff. But all that interaction kind of like pushes you up in the algorithm, and it was like it blew up. But anyway, to go back
like
here,
the likes on here and the comments on here, like it helps boost you into that algorithm. Yeah.
But also, just do shows, try to get through this. But I enjoy doing shows. I mean, I've only been doing shows. What's that?
I said I love shows. The only thing I don't love, like I love them when I have a helper. Doing them solo sucks. I hate doing a show solo because then you can't leave the booth at all. It's just nice to have that extra set of hands.
Just plan on maybe like trying to take better pictures for Morph Market. Like I've gone back and forth with like the white background and then maybe snake in my hand.
I was digging the snake in your hand pics with like, over the couldn't tell if it was bark or if it was cocoa or whatever. But it added a nice touch, dude. Like it actually, like, I'm always afraid that the cameras will screw up the color on the snake, but it actually looked like it did fairly well at getting the actual color of the snake.
Yeah. And that's just with the iPhone. And I liked it, but I was told by someone it's lazy. I'm like, oh, okay. It kind of took me back, but they're like, make it look more professional. I was like, all right, I get it, but it just seems like everyone else, like Justin and all, which it looks great on a white background, but I've tried that, and it's hard to get that pure white because it always comes out like a yellow, tingy color.
Yeah, like, and then it distorts on the snake because of that. Yeah,
and then I bought so much equipment, like these, what is that, a flash thing for the camera. I bought a camera, like it, not just using my iPhone. And oh man, it was frustrating the hell out of me because you got to learn how to use a camera, like the aperture and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, oh man, and then it was taking me so long just to get one picture right. I was like,
the snake's moving.
Yeah, the snake's moving. I was like, this is too time consuming just to get pictures. So that's why I started doing the in my hand. I kind of like, because I actually, I don't know if I call stealing it, but I always, when I'm scrolling through, Bob's Balls does the same thing. Like that's where I kind of got it from. I was like, oh, it looks good. It's like,
yeah,
just the, I don't know, yeah, cocoa or cypress background, like in the tub that he's in, or that it's in. So I just started doing that, and it saved me a lot of time.
Well, I think it also, like, and maybe people aren't thinking about this either, it also lets you see the rough size of how big this animal is.
Yeah.
Because some people might not be able to imagine a snake that's 200 grams, 300 grams. Seeing it in someone's hands kind of allows you to visualize the actual size of this animal. So I know I was looking today. Yes, today. There was some, like, there was some 2022s on there, and their weights. And I don't know if they weren't updating their weights, but they were like 200 grams, 250, somewhere in there. I'm there thinking it's like a 2022. So that thing's 2 years old. I hope to God it's not 200 grams at 2 years old, because like I've got babies that are like 6 months old that are like bigger than that. Basically, it's just like, so it's like, I think it also allows people to, put some perspective to it.
Mm-hmm. And I'm also trying to get better at, making sure the ads are updated with the proper weights, and maybe changing the pictures.
Changing the pictures, I know sometimes the snakes don't really change, from update to update, but after they've and I need to get better at it too. After they've been up there for, say, maybe 3 months, by that time, there's probably a little bit of a change. It's probably due to do an updated picture. But no, I'm right there with you. I need to get better on that one too.
Yeah, and it's doing a lot of the stuff that I just don't enjoy doing. So I put it off and put it off. And then, especially this past year, when I had 13 clutches, I learned a lot. And luckily, I'm always reaching out to Mike from Husbandry Reptiles, and he kind of gives me tips on how he does some things. But it's basically, I was putting it off, and then it was like, all right, let me try to get pictures of the last 4 clutches, all the weights, pictures, all that. And I'm trying to get it done, and I'm getting frustrated, and I just need to, there's certain things I'm going to definitely be changing this year as far as.
Now, I'll give you, this doesn't really help you on the morph market side of it. This will help you on the Husbandry Pro side. And I feel like this is like shameless plug night for Husbandry Pro, but it's just kind of how it's fallen here. When I take pictures of my animals for my Husbandry Pro, like each animal has its own picture for its profile. When you go and say for instance, that lace clown of yours, you mark it for sale on your Husbandry Pro. As long as you have your store set up on Husbandry Pro, it'll go into your store automatically. So then you don't even have to take pictures for that animal again. Like those pictures are already attached to that file. It's already in your Husbandry Pro store then. So it kind of it saves you a little bit of time. So as long as you make sure like that first picture that you're going to use for, its profile is good, you're set then. Like you don't have to go through retake pictures and all that crap. Yeah. It's just, you can flow with it. So that is one nice thing. One nice little addition is that Husbandry Pro store.
Yeah.
Which everybody, just so you know, I did update mine, so go check it out.
So do people have to be signed up for Husbandry Pro to be able to go to the store?
No, if you go to Husbandry Pro hold on here. I'm gonna screw this up. Let me do it here real quick on my computer.
Because I saw that when I was inputting all the animals, I saw that there's that option to, if it's for sale, that it goes to your store front or whatever. I haven't gotten that far to be able to play around with that part of it.
I was gonna say, I think it's.
But I just thought it was between like whoever is signed up with Husbandry Pro can go to each other's store.
No, anybody can go to the Husbandry Pro stores. I think it's God. All right, let me try this again once here. Yeah, for some reason I'm not doing something right on it. And it's goofy because I just did it yesterday. Because we were talking about this in the members only. Let's see. Okay, if you go to husbandry.pro/store, that will bring up everybody's store in Husbandry Pro. Like you can go through, you can see Billy's, you can see par parts, pythons, and more, which Zach will be on next week. So that'll be a fun live. We got Catherine Stellar Serpents. Yeah, like anybody, if you go to, so it's husbandry.pro/store. Anybody that's got a Husbandry Pro store set up, you'll be able to check it out and see what they've got. Like I said, I updated everything yesterday. There is clutch number 1 on there. They're not ready to rock and roll yet, though, folks. But they are on there. You can see pictures of them. So it's all there. So link is in the description. Go to my link tree, and it should be the first link. Also, another good thing here, and Brian, you're going to be getting to figure this out or find this out too.
Mm-hmm.
That allows people to, through the store, you can go to their incubator as well. And you can get on wait list. People can see what you have cooking up in the incubator. Get on the wait list, kind of lets you tease a little bit. Granted, you're going to have your holdbacks. You don't know what's going to hatch out till it, actually hatches. But there's something in particular someone's looking for. Then you can put in, well, I want a such and such clown combo. And if you hatch one out, and you're not planning on holding it back, you've already got that, buyer lined up. So that's one nice thing. So I've got.
So you can do I was going to say, so you can do a search, and it'll, say I'm looking for an Ultramel hypo clown. You could put in that search, and it'll bring up like if the breeder put that in their plans or in their incubator. You can reach out to that.
I don't know if it'll do that. It'll like we'll just do this.
Because what I'm thinking is, I'm always like, because you don't know, certain people are in certain projects, but you don't know everyone that's in projects, and it's like, all right, who can I reach out to?
Yeah,
to be able to get that kind of stuff. Like, hey, if you do have this coming up, keep me in mind, type of thing. Or
Let's try it out once here. Let's go to Billy's, because I don't know if you can do that. You might be able to search. Let's just say, here, Monsoon. Yeah, so if you go into their store, you can type in the search thing here. Hopefully, can you see my window?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can type in monsoon and it'll come up with in their store everything that is monsoon related. So that's freaking awesome. See, that's not like I haven't played around with it that much to, really. Here we're gonna give us a sponsor some love here. Let's see what Nathan, dude, you don't got anything in your store?
Oh,
slacking, man. My goodness. All right, Nathan was a bad person to go to. Here, where am I at here once? Oh, wait, there we are. All right. Here, we'll go to me. And we'll type in Exantic. See there, you will get to see everything Exantic wise, or that's Exantic related.
Okay.
So as you can get, there's a bunch. That's clutch one there. So a little teaser for everybody. But yeah. So there you go, guys. You got, and then plus, like I say here, you can go up here, click on the incubator tab, and boom, you can see what's in the incubator. Another little teasers right there. So yeah. But there's like I think I've got 5 people in line already for carpet pythons. So like almost half the one clutch is sold basically. So it's a nice tool for us as breeders to kind of build that excitement and kind of get the ball rolling ahead of time with it.
Tara's getting number 7, right?
Yep. Tara's getting number 7 out of clutch number, I guess it'd be 3. No, 2. Clutch number 2, egg number 7 is Tara's. I do want to give a shout out here to Charlie from Gray Rider Reptiles, guys. Charlie's an awesome dude. If you guys need shed testing done, hit this man up, shedtesting.com. If you are a channel member on the top tier, you get 10% off of your shed tests through Charlie. I have to give you a code. Code changes every month, but you still get 10% off if you are a top tier channel member. There is a link in the description to become a channel member, so feel free to check it out. There's some other perks to it as well. First access to animals and discounts on animals, that kind of stuff. But 10% off of your shed testing stuff from Charlie at Gray Rider Reptiles, guys. Go give Charlie some love. He's developing new tests all the time. He does have, for all of those awesome people out there that want and love TSK Exantic, I do believe we've got a TSK Exantic clutch coming, clutch test coming. God, I'm stuck on clutches here. There should be a TSK Exantic clutch test. God, I did it again. Test on the way. All right, we're moving off that. But yes, he's got a bunch of the other tests out there. Hypo, Pied, all that clown, all that good stuff.
Puzzle, check out Puzzle too. Puzzle's the new one.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Puzzle just came out. I know Cryptic's there. There's something else I thought that he was releasing out. I need to get updated on what he does all have. I think he's looking for super red stripe sheds. Charlie, if you're still here and you're in the keyboard wise, what are the sheds that you're looking for currently? I thought super red stripe. There's some other supers that I'm forgetting what they were, but all that stuff, everybody, if you guys want tests developed, sending in sheds from some of these supers, that's how these tests we get them developed, is Charlie needs those sheds from the super forums. But yeah,
red stripe's another favorite gene of mine. Forgot to mention that.
What's
red
that? Oh, red stripe. Oh,
dude. Favorite one. Yeah.
I have I've only got one known red stripe. She's a pastel red stripe. I've paired her to my Batman that I got from Danny. They're at DTMG Pythons. Now, the Batman that I got from him was questionable what all he has in him, because we were thinking either yellow belly or red stripe. Well, I did a yellow belly test that came back negative. Out of this clutch that I just hatched, because he was the sire of it, we didn't get anything that looked red stripe either. So did I miss on the red stripe? Or is there just nothing there? And he's just got a really crazy line of leopard in him, because you saw that pastel Bruce Wayne that I showed off that doesn't look like your average pastel Bruce Wayne because of how stripy it is.
Yeah.
And some of the two other Bruce Waynes, some of those are pretty stripy too. So is it the line of leopard it's got that's kind of influencing how it looks? I don't know. But we will hopefully, because I threw the ultrasound on her yesterday, she should go. So I will nonetheless have some red stripe stuff this year. So hopefully I can hit a Bruce Wayne with red stripe in it, and that'll definitely stay. But hopefully we can get some red stripe stuff flowing, because in all honesty, I'm anxious to see it in Exantic, because I don't think anybody does anything with red stripe in Exantic.
Yeah, I wonder what it would do.
I mean, I'm curious. Like, it has me intrigued. There's a lot of stuff that it seems like nobody tries it in Exantic, and it kind of drives me to really just give it a shot and see what it does. I know like the blackhead stuff, there's not much people doing with that. Well, that's right up Exantic's alley. Even like the mahogany stuff. That was part of the reason why I got the one boy I got from John and Christine, was because he had the mahogany, another dark gene. Nobody's really thrown it into Exantic yet. It's like, hey, we're going to give it a shot. See, kind of blaze some trails and see what happens.
Yeah, and you got that going this year?
He won't be he's not ready yet. He'll be ready for next year. So next year, Exantic-wise, tentatively anyway, I'll be throwing acid into Exantic, lace and mahogany into Exantic, blackhead into Exantic. Trying to think what else. Oh, there's something else I was going to throw into the Exantic that I just picked up here recently. I'm drawing a blank. Citron. I might be throwing Citron into Exantic next year. I'll have to see how everything kind of plays out. Yeah. But those are like, I'm really starting to dig, like you were saying before, the dark stuff. I'm really starting to dig the dark stuff.
Yeah.
The leopard visual Exantic female that I got, that's Het Clown. She's super dark, but she's got some really nice white highlights around the darkness. And dude, she like that's what kind of, it's like, okay, I need to make this, but darker yet. It got me really excited.
You like cypress? You got any cypress?
I actually, all right. Funny thing is, John and I were talking about cypress and how nobody's added that into Exantic. Nathan we did a sponsor auction one night, and he had a pastel cypress? What is he? Oh wait, wrong bin. Pastel cypress yellow belly.
Okay.
Breeder size male. Nobody was bidding on him. Nobody. Pastel cypress yellow belly breeder size male. Got him for $30. The cypress was something I wanted to add into the Exantic. I thought, well, I'm going to throw in a $30 bid just to try to get this whole thing sparked and going, because sometimes it takes one person to show interest, and then someone's like, oh, well, if he wants it, then I'm going to try to get it too.
Yeah.
Nobody tried to get it, so I just hey, well, whatever, it works. So I do have one cypress in the collection, but that is another thing I do want to add in, because I think it adds some really nice brightness to everything too.
Yeah, I like what it does to the head, or the head stamps, or at least in clown.
Yeah. Well, see, I actually, you know what? I don't know if I've ever looked up a cypress clown, and I'm not gonna lie, like I probably should have. Like almost everything, my brain automatically switches everything to Exantic, and I don't look at some of the other stuff. Do you have one?
Yeah, She's kind of going in shed, but let me grab her real quick.
Mercy Morphs, Joe, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in tonight. Greatly appreciate all the love and support. Hopefully, those of you that were out at, what was it, the Denver show, had a good time and or had good luck vending. I know Steven was out there. Him and Courtney were out there. I saw you guys chilling with Adam. So that was pretty cool.
Actually, here's two of them. So this is a Cypress Enchi leopard clown.
Oh,
fire in there. It's usually a little bit more orange, but
okay.
Going in the shed. This one turned out pretty cool. It's just a Cypress Mystic clown with the head on it.
I think I like this better than the Enchi one. That's freaking awesome, dude. That pattern too.
Yeah, so this came from that original, that first girl that we got, that Mystic turned out to be Head Clown girl.
Oh, okay, that's from
got this all started. We no longer breed her. She's just back to being a pet. You know?
She's back to she served her purpose in sparking everything off.
Yeah.
Nathan, I am sorry that sometimes I had to stay off Morph Market because my wheels start turning and money starts flying out. I need that money to fly out to you, my friend, because I need my backdrops. I need my tablecloths. I'm anxious to see what you do come up with. Everybody I will be a quick shout out here for shows coming up. If you want to see like Nathan, John and Christine from Triforce, myself. I don't know if Danny from DTMG is going to be there. But we're going to be at Oaks this weekend on May the 4th. So if anybody knows me, May the 4th is a date that I hold very, very special. So you won't be able to miss me at the show, to say the least. But we got some good stuff here. But May the 4th, Oaks. Make sure you guys come out, say hi, and you might probably want to take some pictures with me, probably with what I'll be done up with. So I'll just let it at that.
There's one more Cypress, the Cypress GHI Head Clown.
Oh, dude, that's badass looking.
Yeah, the head on it is really cool. And then,
because like you could see the GHI doing its thing, but the Cypress kind of lightened it up yet. And that pattern, man, that's a nice complementary combo.
Wow, doing this all backwards is kind of hard, but yeah, all right there, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then this one, same thing. I just think there's leopard in it. A lot darker.
Oh, dude.
Head. You can see the blushing on the head. It says Cypress right there.
Dude, that's freaking stunning. I've got a combo similar to that. It doesn't have Cypress in it, though, but it's Leopard GHI Mojave, and it looks very similar to that. That thing's stunning, dude.
Yeah, both females. I'm happy for.
So what show are you going to be at next, Brian? What's your next show?
Oh, man. I think it's an exotic con in Williamsport, Virginia.
Oh, okay. Damn, because you're out of Maryland, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so Virginia, I guess, isn't. How far is that probably for you to drive for that show?
Probably like an hour and a half. Not too far.
Then that's not bad.
That's about it. Gettysburg for me is about an hour and 20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, all the shows except for Repticon in Baltimore, that's about 40 minutes. But everything, that's probably like the shortest commute for me.
Okay.
Everything else is in that like 2-hour range.
You don't do Oaks, do you?
No, I want to though, because that's right outside Philadelphia, right?
Yeah. That's, I guess they call it the Greater Philadelphia Expo or something like that. Expo Center. It's a nice place. I mean, I will say is, I mean, it sucks that the shows always seem to fall on the date of other shows, but it has been one of my better shows that I've done as far as sales.
Yeah.
So that's I got to give it credit for that.
I want to do that show, but yeah, it kept on the same day as Gettysburg.
Yeah, no, someone told me, and I forget who told me, and don't quote me on this, folks, but supposedly this last Gettysburg, when Oaks fell on the same day, supposedly that's the last time that's going to happen, unless Marty gets pushed off date wise or something like that. I don't know. But supposedly, I guess Gettysburg and Oaks shouldn't be falling on the same day, which would be nice because, I mean, I always pick Gettysburg over Oaks just because they sponsor the channel. I sponsor their show now. So it's kind of, you know, I don't want to say I have to be there, but I want to be there just because they support me. I want to support them. And truth be told, that's just a fun show. I mean, set up Friday night, go out to eat. It's a good time.
Yeah, that's my favorite show to do.
Is that your biggest show that you do at the moment, or what's probably your biggest show that you do right now?
That probably is. That's the biggest show. I did a Show Me Reptile show down in Virginia Beach.
Oh,
last year in August. It was an awesome venue, but it was the first time they were doing it at that venue. So it was like a first time show in Virginia Beach at that expo center. So it was like, I'm going to give it another try. It has a lot of potential. There were some good breeders there, you know, like DMG Reptiles, Chad Holker was there. And you're right there at the beach. The venue was awesome. There's a tattoo convention going on at the same time in the same venue. So there's a lot of good potential of, like, you know, people going from that expo to the reptile expo and back and forth. And I think they are teaming up with the tattoo convention promoters and kind of joining together to do a big promotion for both of these shows. So hopefully I'll find out in August when I go down there.
No, that'll be cool. Nathan says Gettysburg is your favorite because you're next to him.
That is true. See, I was trying to hold it back. I didn't want to.
You didn't want to make Nathan blush. Oh, man.
But I do want to do Oaks because I grew up in South Jersey.
Oh, okay.
I'm like 10 minutes from Philadelphia where I grew up. So, like, I want to be able to do that show, and I can have at that point I can have friends and family come and see, like, what I do.
Come and see everything. And see, I think that's the cool thing. Like, I wish my family would actually come out to the shows and actually kind of, you know, see it, like, see everything, like, see the whole, like, you know, they see pictures, but I mean, I don't think pictures get they don't do everything justice. I mean, especially now, like, I'm super excited with the new displays. I'm really excited to see what Nathan comes up as far as for my new banners and my tablecloths and stuff.
Right. He did mine. Great job. I'm very happy with my stuff.
Friggin' top-notch shit, man. I tell you what, Nathan does some awesome stuff.
Yeah.
Like, if anybody needs brand, like, banners, backdrops, tablecloths, stuff like that, hit Nathan up, guys. You will not regret it at all. Definitely top quality shit.
Yep.
You want family to see us not sell, Nathan? I
know.
Nathan's on a roll tonight. Nathan's on a roll. Nathan, since you are on a roll, have you started working on my banner yet? Because I need it for July, my friend. I need it for July. Hopefully we can have it done. Hopefully we can have it before then. Maybe even, let's see. When's Hamburg? When's the next Hamburg? Is that? I think that's in. Isn't that's in May? No, that's June. Maybe we can even have my stuff ready for June, Nathan. Maybe.
There's so many shows now.
No, I'm too short to design. Freaking Nathan. See, I knew that freaking comment would come back to haunt my ass. I can't. Oh man, I tell you what. I sometimes I just stick my foot in my own mouth, or my mouth. God, yeah, my foot in my own. Yeah, I said that right. Man, I'm tired. I'm losing it. Brian, it's 10:20. I've taken up enough of your time, dude. I greatly appreciate you being on here with me tonight, man, hanging out. I do want to give a shout out here. Stan, what's up, dude? Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you. So, Virginia show, you said, is the next one that you're going to be at, correct?
Yeah, and I can't remember the date, so I'm horrible at.
Look up the Virginia show, everybody. See what you can come up with for the dates. Definitely come out and see this man at Gettysburg Reptile Expo LLC. He is always there. Killer stuff, awesome display. Definitely stands out. And he's taller than Nathan, so if you can find Nathan, you'll definitely find. Yeah, you can definitely find Brian if you can find Nathan. But anyway, I'm never getting my backdrop and banner now. Brian, thanks again, dude, for tuning in and hanging out with us. I greatly appreciate your time. Hang on here 1 second. Everybody, make sure you guys check out the channel sponsors, please. Wow. Check out the channel sponsors, even Nathan, even though he's probably dropping his sponsorship as we speak. But also make sure you guys check out the channel members as well. I greatly appreciate all their love and support. Think about becoming a channel member. Link is in the description down below. Definitely check out Husbandry Pro. Click that affiliate link in the description down below. Free 30-day trial. I think it'll change the way you do business, the way you work through your collection. It's game changing. Do shows, game changing. All there is to it. Give it a shot. Hey, look, they're late to the show, but yeah, you guys got to watch the replay now, John and Christine, because you even got shout outs a couple of times. But everybody, Triforce Morphs, go check them out too, even though they're late. You also missed a couple short jokes on Nathan, John. So you got to go back in that. At least go back like 5 minutes. You'll catch some of them. But again, Brian, thanks so much, dude, for hanging out with me. And everybody, this week's video, you got a slight teaser of it. It will be the update of clutch number 1. So make sure you guys go watch that video, see what awesome stuff hatched out. We did pull clutch number 2, 3. We did pull clutch number 4, so that video will be on its way as well. We've got another clutch due this week. It's off and running, guys. It's off and running. We're going to be having some nice stuff. But come Gettysburg, there will be 2 full tables of snakes for sale. Be ready. Carpets are halfway through their incubation cycle, too. So we're going to start having carpets here in about another 22 days. We'll have some baby carpets hatching yet. So season's going to get crazy, guys. Make sure you're ready for it. Tara, baby number 7 is yours. I just got to figure out which way to go from the tub there. But I'll catch you next week, guys. We have Zach from Parts, Pythons, and more joining us. So that'll be a fun episode as well. And everybody have a great week. And again, appreciate all the love and support. Catch you later.